Marvel continues their return to movie theaters with the first of their characters to get a fourth solo film. We're looking at Thor: Love and Thunder on today's Mark's Movie Reviews. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Cappis here with today's Mark's Movie Reviews. Marvel continues their onslaught at the box office with their latest adventure. Chris Hemsworth is back as Thor. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Thor was the one character where it took them a while to figure out what they were going to do with him. The first one was good, but it took itself a little too seriously. And then we had The Dark World, the one film in the MCU that everyone responds to with meh. But things finally kicked into high gear with Ragnarok. There'd always been small elements of humor in the Thor films, but Ragnarok is where they decided to lean into it hard, and it paid off in dividends. So naturally, they reunited the same cast and crew to do the fourth Thor film, Love and Thunder. They even finally managed to get Natalie Portman back as Thor's love, Jane Foster, who originally decided to bow out after The Dark World. Can Chris Hemsworth and writer-director Taika Waititi recapture what made Ragnarok so special? When we last saw Thor at the end of Avengers Endgame, he was heading off into space with the Guardians of the Galaxy to find his place in the universe. And while he joined the Guardians in many spectacular battles, he grew into a certain malaise. The Guardians are soon flooded with hundreds of distress calls. A being called Gore has gotten his hands on the Necrosword, a weapon capable of killing gods and is now slaughtering gods left and right. Thor strikes off on his own to investigate and heads back to Earth. There he finds his ex-girlfriend, Jane Foster, who has become a superhero in her own right and wields Thor's old hammer, Mjolnir. Thor and Jane, along with their friends Valkyrie and Korg, are soon journeying across the galaxy, trying to recruit Zeus to help them, heading to the mysterious Shadow Realm, and even to the very heart of the galaxy to stop Gore. Will Thor and Jane be successful? Will they discover that there's still something between them? And what secret is Jane hiding from Thor? Well, it definitely has the same kind of humor that Ragnarok had, so it's great seeing that again. It's nice that Natalie Portman is back as Jane. She seems to be having fun, and we finally get the flashback to finally explain why they broke up. So much better than the, oh, it happened between movies that we got in Ragnarok. Christian Bale as Gore, he's got some wonderfully creepy scenes. The film itself, visually spectacular. Omnipotent City, which is the otherworldly realm where all the gods hang out, it just looks phenomenal. And this is kind of weird. It kind of straddles the line between what I liked and what I didn't like. Even though this film takes place on a cosmic scale with wars between gods, it does feel smaller. We've got smaller stakes here as the main focus really is on Thor and Jane's relationship. And you know what? That's nice. Not everything has to have multiverse-ending stakes. Really wish we did get more of Christian Bale as Gore. Yeah, he's wonderfully creepy when we do see him, but he's only in like 3 scenes. Same goes with Guardians of the Galaxy. They're gone from the film after like the first 15 minutes. Same with Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. She really doesn't have much to do besides be a badass sidekick. Russell Crowe, he shows up as Zeus, king of the gods. He might be just a little bit too cheesy. And while I do love seeing the humor that made Ragnarok so special, there are some scenes where it just feels a little bit forced. You know me, I'm totally in it for Marvel at this point. This is just another solid outing from Marvel. The MCU has finally figured out Thor, and at this point, everyone knows the assignment. On my patented nib scale, I give it a solid 3 out of 4.